my name is Lucinda and I am the Left Handed Crocheter, and thank you for coming back to my channel. Yes, I have noticed that I have been gone for a while, but I have been under the weather and now I'm starting to feel better, so I wanted to come back and do another tutorial. And today my tutorial is we're going to do a little bit more of a plushie. I'm going to show you all how to make jellyfish. I personally love jellyfish. I love crocheting jellyfish. This is one of my jellyfish right now that I crocheted a while back during the holidays. And if you're interested in this jellyfish, she is $15. So if you are interested, just go ahead and DM me through my Facebook or Instagram. I'll leave all my information down in the description below. So this is one of my jellyfish here. And my other jellyfish I did here, this is my little s'more jellyfish. So it's a jellyfish that's a s'more. And like I said, what's really nice about my work is that I don't use any patterns. So all my patterns come straight to my head. So I can honestly tell you, each jellyfish I make, as you can see here, they are different and they are one of a kind. So I will see you in a bit and let's get started. So today we're going to be making jellyfish. But before I get started, as you can see, I always like to keep my nails nice and manicured. And the person I always buy my my color strips from, this is Color Street, and my friend Sandy Bauerie, she sells these right here, and this is some of her Color Street work right here. You could always order on her colorstreet.com/Sandy Bauerie, or you can go on her Facebook to Color Strips and Coffee. I'll have all her information on the bottom so you can check her out too. I love Color Sheet. I love the nails. I love the decals. I love the fact that I can get my nails done. They look super cute. They only cost me $14, and I don't have to wait for them to dry or like get, you know, when you touch them they get tacky, and you don't have to worry about the smell. That's what I love about them. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So what you're gonna need today is, I have my favorite hook. It is it's like 3.0 hook. This is my favorite hook, a pair of scissors, and yarn of your choosing. And the yarn I'm using today is Red Heart Super Saver yarn, and I bought this. This is baby rainbow yarn, and I actually bought this at my local Joann's. So far I've only seen this yarn at Joann's, but you never know. So depending where you are, you can find the yarn pretty much anywhere or on their website. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, now working on our jellyfish, we're going to be working in the round. So instead of doing a chain and making it long, we're going to be working around making a circle. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a quick tie around my finger, just simple knot, bring it onto my hook, do a second knot. So I'm going to just double knot it, just keep it secure. Instead of chaining out, we're only going to do a few chains because we're going to be working in the round. So right now I'm going to come in, grab my yarn, pull it through so I have this space here, and then because we're going to be working here in this space, so I have this chain here. I'm going to make one more chain, and then we're going to continue. So we just need one. This is just here to get started. So we're going to come here and we're going to go into the hole. So we're going to go next to that one. So 1, 2, I'm going to pull out some of my yarn, 3, move the tail all the way, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to start with 6 in the round. So I'm going to start with 6. So this is our first row, and I'm going to go ahead and close it with another chain. So like I said, I don't use patterns, but as I go, I'm going to break it down so you guys can follow along. So that's what I'm going to do. So this will be our first, a 6. Now our second row, now I came here and I closed up the circle, so I'm going to come to the second loop here, and I'm going to come in. So I'm going to go 1, and now we're going to make it bigger. So we're going to make things bigger. So we're going to, I want to say, increase it. So what we're going to do to make it bigger is instead of having 1 stitch here, we're going to put 2 in. So we're going to have 1, 2. So we're going to double it here, and then single stitch, just 1. And then I'm going to double it here, so 1, 2. So I have 2 single stitches in 1 stitch here, and it's going to make it bigger. So 2, 3, 3, just 1, and then here on this 1, 2. So all together, you're going to be doing about 4 increases into the stitch. And then I'm going to do a fourth one right here. So basically what I do is I do 2 increases, just 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1. So all together we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 stitches around. So that's on your second row, 10 stitches around. Now I'm going to go ahead and close it off. So 1, and then bring it over here, adding 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single stitch, and then I'm going to do a double here, not a double, but 2 single stitches in 1. So the increase, so 1, 2, and then I'm going to do 1, and then 1, and then over here I'm going to do 1, 2 in 1. So basically what I'm doing is if I have here like 2 single stitches in this one, I'm going to do just a 1 stitch in here, and then anywhere where there is like only 1 stitch, I'm going to put 2 stitches in there, mainly because it keeps it round and it doesn't make it all lopsided and weird. So that's basically what we're going to do. And as we come here, just to kind of keep that round, I'm going to add 2 here, and then I'm going to continue with 1 and 1, and I'm going to add 2 here. Let me pull this a little straighter. 1, I'm going to add 2 here, and then 1. At this point, I am eyeballing it to make sure the circle kind of stays round, because there's sometimes if you don't, it kind of flattens a little bit. So you want to kind of try to keep it as rounded as you can. So 1, 2, all the way through. So that's pretty much just what I'm doing here. So this is here be our third, I want to say our 1, 2, third rows. So altogether stitches you'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So altogether you're going to need 18 stitches. And then you just kind of continue. As you can see here, it looks a little flat, so I'm going to go ahead in the fourth row, I'm going to add 2 of single stitches in 1 to keep it rounded. And that is what I'm continuing to do. So basically what you just want to do for, I want to say, because this is our 4th row, so 4th, 5th, 6th row, you're going to want to do 1 stitch in 1, and then 2, and then 1, and then 2, and then 1. Actually, you just kind of want to eyeball it. If it's starting to look kind of like flat or not rounded, go ahead and put the 2 in to really get that round in, and you can go ahead and go from there. Hello everybody, I'm back. And now I did 2 rows where I actually, like I said, I put like in 1 stitch, I put 1 single crochet, and then I would come through and like do 2 single crochets in 1, increasing it. So now, right now we got like a little flat kind of circle, which is kind of nice, but we're not actually going for that. So at this point, we're going to stop adding more stitches to make it bigger, because I'm going to go ahead, this is going to be kind of a small jellyfish. So now we're just going to do a single stitch all the way through. And I want to say for the next 3 rows, just a basic single stitch all the way through. Because now what you want to do, because at this point, right now your work is flat, so now we need to cup it up. So we're just going to go ahead and continue just real quick. And we're just going to go all the way through. Just like this. And now it's going to start to cup. As you can see here, it's starting to curl. And that's what you want. You definitely want that curl to go on. So, and I normally eyeball this, but like I said, I'm trying to break it down as I go along. And if more people start watching my videos a little bit more, I'll probably start writing these patterns down a little bit so I can at least, like, I don't know, explain them easier. Hopefully I'm explaining them now. Good. So anyways, so now you just want to get it to cup a little bit. So you're just going to go around like so. And, you know, if you want to use stitch markers, you know. So it's really up to you when it comes to crocheting. There's really no right way in crocheting. It's just how it feels comfortable to you. So if you want to use stitch markers, that's awesome. And if you don't, that's okay. I personally don't, and I just keep going. That's basically what I do. And that's basically, okay, so we did this row here. So I'm going to say this is like this row here. And as you can see, it's starting to curl a little bit. So that's what you want, because you're now making that ball. Here, let me grab this one here. This is a jellyfish in work. You're going to make that ball. So you want that to curl. Of the jellyfish, or technically the bell. And for like the last 3 rows, I did not want to say increase. I just kept what I had and kept going. So now it's kind of like in a cup, kind of like this, like what's like a little bowl. So honestly, when it comes to crocheting, there's really no right or wrong way to do it. Pretty much it's just like whatever you're comfortable with or whatever helps you flow. Everybody's different. So like I said, there's no right or wrong way. Crocheting is just as individual as the person crocheting. It's different for all. So at this point, if you want your jellyfish to be a little longer, a little bigger, go ahead and do 2 more rows without doing any type of, increasing or decreasing. But if you're content the way it is, now we're going to make it smaller. So we're going to go ahead and do that. This will be kind of a bit of a tiny jellyfish. I'm just going to do a little bit more. I'm just going to go around a little bit more, but not very much. Just a little bit more, just to go from there. So from here, I think it's pretty good. Okay, I'm digging it. Okay, and yeah, okay, right about here. So okay, so at this point, I made it a little bit longer. I'm gonna make it a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna make it a little bit longer, just the way I liked it, just kind of like this. So you got like halfway of the ball. So now we're gonna make it smaller. We're gonna decrease. So how I did it is I kind of taught myself by accident. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way on doing any of this. This is just how I learned how to do it. But if you have another way or someone shows you an easier way, I say go for it. It's all, like I said, it's all up to the person. So basically what I do is I have my working yarn here. I go through this stitch, grab the yarn. Instead of going all the way through like this, I'm gonna go through the loop, grab the yarn, and I'm going to continue to hold on to it, and I'm going to go to the next stitch over, go under, pull the yarn through, and pull it all together. So now I'm making it smaller. So I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to go ahead and do some single stitches, and then I'll show you how I did it again. So basically here you have your loop, your hook, and your working yarn. You're going to put your hook through the loop. You're going to grab to the yarn, and instead of going through, you go to the next loop, and you're going to put your hook into the loop, so into that working area. You're going to grab your yarn, pull it through. So now you have 3 loops on your hook. Then you're going to get some yarn, grab your yarn, pull it all the way through. So now you're making it smaller. So I kind of start doing about 4, just kind of like, just 4 in the corner areas kind of thing. And then just continue. So now you're making it smaller. So now you're making it more into ball. As you can see, this jellyfish that I'm currently working on, now we're going to make it more into that ball area. And then I'm going to do a part 2 where we're going to do the skirt of the jellyfish and the tentacles. But let's finish this up first here. Okay, as I continue, like I said, doing the increase, if you notice, the whole of my jellyfish is getting up. Here comes Lucifer, my cat. He wants to come and say hi, my little helper. He's my little helper. It's starting to get smaller, and that's kind of what you want to do, is now you want to bring it in. You want to close it off the whole little ball. When it comes to the jellyfish, you're closing it off. So you just kind of go ahead and continue to increase as many times you want. And once the hole gets to like a certain length, I want to say a little bit smaller, increasing, your hole is gonna get smaller. And once it gets to a certain width in your hole, yes, I realize how weird that sounds. I'm aware of it, and we're gonna own it. Then you're gonna get your fluff. Hello, everybody. I'm back. And now, like I said, I finished decreasing everything. So right now, like the little bottom here, like the little hole of my jellyfish is actually very small. So we're going to go ahead and just leave it. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and just tie it off. So basically, I'm just kind of doing a slip stitch just to tie that bad boy off. And so now I got fluff here. This is like just simple polyfilament fluff. You can get that at any craft store, any Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or even Walmart. You can get it at Walmart. So you know, Amazon, you know, eBay, you know, pretty much anywhere. And I'm gonna stuff my jellyfish. So, and this part here, I'm not just stuffing, but I'm also shaping, because I don't want like a lopsided jellyfish. I kind of like my jellyfish kind of, you know, like, see how my balls are nice and round? And yes, I realize how that sounds like, but we're just gonna own it. So right now, this one's kind of like all lumpy and kind of like shift to the side. So we want a nice round firm ball. Yes, I realize how that sounds, and we're just gonna own it. It's a ball of yarn, a crocheted ball. That's what we're doing. So at this point, I'm just kind of shaping it, moving it around, so we can get a more even body of the jellyfish from here. So it's a little squishy, so I'm going to put in a little bit more just to make the ball firm, or the body of the jellyfish firm. So I'm going to just kind of go from there. So at this point, I'm kind of liking it. It has a good feel, not too floppy, not too hard. I have a little bit of space in here, so we're just going to fill it up a little bit. Yeah, let's get this. There we go. Yeah, so this is kind of nice. We're going to kind of shape it a little bit like that. Kind of bring it. There we go. So it's pretty much the gist of what we're going. So we have here. So now I have a needle, big needle. You know, you can get this in the crocheting area. This is definitely your needles. For yarn, I'm just going to thread my needle. And then just come through here and just kind of hand sew it together. So you're just going to go in, out, just like this. Just like so. You know, I got a little bit of extra fluff. I don't like to have, just kind of throw in some more fluff a little bit, just to get the body of the jellyfish a little bit more firm. Nobody wants a floppy jellyfish. Well, when they're on land, they're kind of floppy and flat. So we don't want that. We want a nice, firm jellyfish. Yes, and I realize how that sounds, and we're owning it. And just come through here, pull it all together, and just tie it up. Tie it up. So this is part one of my film of this video, because I realized it's going to take a little longer than I thought. So I'm going to be breaking it down into 2 videos. So this is going to be my part 1. So here we go. There we go. So we got the jellyfish. This is the body. And my next one we're going to do, I'm going to show how to do the skirt of the jellyfish. This one here actually had started, so I'll probably go ahead and finish with this one, or at least finish this one tonight, so it'll be done, so I can show it to you as an example, and then we can continue here with this jellyfish. And it's really cool because when you do the skirt, especially the tentacles, you can actually get different kind of yarn, different colors kind of yarn, so you can mix and match everything. So that's actually kind of really cool. It's really fun. Definitely, you know, don't be afraid to express your work, your love into this jellyfish. Jellyfish, actually, fun fact, jellyfish were the first life forms to escape the ocean floor and to swim in the ocean. They were first to swim, and for millions and millions of years, they actually ruled the ocean. So, yay, jellyfish. That's why I love them. And so we're going to go ahead and go from there. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of my jellyfish that I showed today, go ahead, DM me on Facebook, Messenger, or Instagram. Well, let me know, and I'll be glad to sell them. And I also teach a class once a month at the AV Community Art Gallery in Palmdale. When my next class will be coming up, I'll make sure to put all that information. So anybody who is living in the Antelope Valley or Southern California ever Southern California area, come and check us out. So see you in our next video for part 2. Thank you and have a wonderful